With countless videos out there titled, Unlimited PTO is a scam, you might be thinking that unlimited PTO, well, pretty much sucks. But it's not so cut and dry. In today's video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about unlimited PTO and how you can make the most of it. Hi, I'm Laura, and I help to demystify the HR world from job search to retirement and everything in between. So before we jump into what unlimited PTO is, let's go back a little bit, rewind to its origin story, which is actually quite interesting. It's thought that unlimited PTO originated in 2003 at Netflix. And the catalyst for unlimited PTO was actually a very valid point. There was an employee who said, you're not tracking the hours that we work on weekends or after work, so why are you tracking our hours that we take off? And the CEO at the time, Reed Hastings, didn't have a good answer for that. He got to thinking and decided, you know what? The point is to get your work done, not necessarily the hours that you work. So he came up with the no vacation policy. Yep, that was the name of the policy, no vacation policy. Thankfully, at some point, somebody said, you might want to come up with a better title, and it became unlimited PTO. But here's the thing. It wasn't an instant hit. While it was definitely used by a lot of people, there were still departments where he noticed employees weren't really taking time off. And it all came down to leadership. And we're going to get to that in a bit. But first, let's talk about what is unlimited PTO and why does it have such a bad rap? So what is unlimited PTO? Well, it's exactly as it sounds. There is no cap to the PTO that you receive. You take time off as you need to. And this is opposed to accrual-based PTO, which is you earn the PTO the longer that you work there, the hours that you work. Different employers handle their accrual system differently, but essentially it's a benefit that you accrue. Now, with unlimited PTO, there are two reasons it gets such a bad name. Accrued PTO is seen as a liability for companies because generally they have to pay that out to the employees when they leave. With unlimited PTO, there is nothing to pay out, and therefore it does look better on the books, but the employees lose out when they are leaving a company because there's no payout. The second reason is that people don't actually use it. And this goes back to the scenario that Reed Hastings found himself in at Netflix. He realized that no matter how much the company said, yes, take your time, if management and leadership weren't leading by example and taking that time off, then the subordinates weren't either. And that's why certain departments within Netflix underutilized this benefit. The managers weren't taking the time off, and their employees felt funny about taking more time off than their managers. If the company is just paying lip service to the benefit, it's truly not a benefit. So what can you do to make sure that you utilize your unlimited PTO to its fullest potential? Well, it starts even before your first day. When you're interviewing for a position, make sure to ask about their benefit package. And part of their benefit package will be time off. Here are some questions you can ask. One is, how do you ensure employees are using their PTO? Second question could be, what would you say are the average amount of days that employees take off per year? And the third one could be, how do you ensure that management leads by example in regards to vacation time? So that's what you can do before you even start at a company that offers unlimited PTO. So now let's say you've started at the company and they have unlimited PTO. What you can do is make sure to plan in advance, whether or not that is a year out or 6 months out or even quarterly. If you're able to sit down and talk with your manager about upcoming vacations that you have, it's going to make it a lot easier for the team to plan out and more likely for you to feel stress-free when you're taking that time. And another tip is when you start at that company and you take your first vacation, that is when you are going to be setting your precedent. Let's say I'm going to take a full week off, but I tell everybody, hey, go ahead and email me if you need something, or here's my cell phone. Feel free to call me if something comes up. You are setting the precedent that your vacation time is not your time. It's just the company's time, and you're just not physically there. And once you set that precedent, it is so hard to undo. So make sure you are aware the first few times that you're taking vacation time that you set the correct boundaries so you can truly have that time off. The next thing you can do to maximize your unlimited PTO is to get a copy of that holiday schedule each year and map out how you can maximize the time that you have off in accordance with the holiday schedule. So let's say July 4th falls on a Thursday and you want to take Friday off, boom, you already have a 4-day weekend. It definitely helps mentally to have that chunk of time off, but also to know that you're not taking that time off. Finally, lead by example, especially if you are a manager. Be sure to set the tone for your department. Make sure that you're sending the message to employees that it's perfectly normal and encouraged to take time fully away from work. Also, set your out of office message. So many times people don't do that, and then they're like, well, I'm off, but how do people know that? In fact, I work for a company that encouraged us to write in our out of office message where we were going on vacation. Let's say we were going to Hawaii. Say something like, oh, I'll get back to you after I'm enjoying my Mai Tai in Hawaii. And it was considered part of our normal workplace culture. And while unlimited PTO might seem like a big issue, in reality, only about 8% of companies even offer it. If you do find yourself at an employer with unlimited PTO, just make sure to remember to set boundaries with your time off, plan ahead, and normalize time off from work. And the biggest takeaway that I want you to know from this video is unlimited PTO isn't truly the problem. If the company is not allowing employees to access their unlimited PTO, then the real problem is the company. And do you want to work for a company whose workplace culture is like that in the first place? I don't think so. So there you have it. All you need to know about unlimited PTO. And remember, use your vacation time. If you'd like more helpful HR information, make sure to subscribe.